Hello lovelies, thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. For this time lapse, we have a commission that I recently completed. The commission is a portrait of the client's daughter as a gift for her 21st birthday. It is oil on canvas and the canvas is a 12x16. I had an amazing time working on this commission, and the client that hired me was just so darling. She was such a joy to work with, and her daughter was so beautiful, and she has 2 cats that are included in the portrait, and one of the cats is a gray cat with a crinkly ear. And when I was growing up, I had a gray cat with a crinkly ear named Artemis, and when I showed this painting to some of my friends, they were like, oh, is that the goddess Artemis? So that's where I've named this painting. The name Artemis has a very special meaning because the client and I both had gray cats with crinkly ears, which was just such a huge coincidence that I couldn't let it go. So for the voiceover portion of this time lapse, I wanted to talk about something that recently happened to me. This last weekend, I blew up on TikTok, like bigger than I've ever done before. It was a completely surreal experience. To give you an idea of how viral my video went, it now has 1.4 million views, and it's only been up for a couple of days. And I went from 4.9 thousand followers on TikTok to 18.1 thousand followers in the course of maybe 48 hours. So that was a huge blow up for me, and it's been a completely surreal experience. I've gotten more hits in my shop than ever before. I've gotten commission requests. It's been a really big deal. And it's, maybe a once in a lifetime experience. So I just kind of wanted to break it down a little bit. I think the biggest takeaway from the experience of blowing up on TikTok, beyond, the sheer amount of people that have now seen my work and the amount of followers I've gained and the boost in my business, I think the biggest takeaway is the amount of positive comments that I've gotten from people who've watched the video. It has over 5,000 comments at this point, and usually when you have a video up, you expect to have a lot of naysayers mixed in there, and I really did not have that many negative comments, which is insane because the piece that I posted is like this abstract accent wall in my bathroom where I'm literally just rage painting my bathroom wall. And what it made me realize, because a lot of the comments are about how they felt my rage and they were able to join me on this emotional journey of painting, and that many people were brought to tears. I think what it's made me realize is how easy it is to connect to people through art, because isn't that the purpose of art, is so the artist feels something inside themselves, something that is a uniquely human experience, and then they find a way to take that feeling or that emotion or what's inside them to put it on display for other humans to be able to look at and build that connection. This whole experience has really made me stop and think of what kind of artist do I want to be? Like, what are my intentions as an artist? What am I trying to bring into this world? Who am I trying to connect with? How am I trying to connect with them? There's just been so many questions related to the type of art I do and the kind of impact I want my art to have. So up till this point, I've always kind of focused mostly on very literal renderings and portraits of people, and all my commissions have been portraits. So I've always really focused more heavily on rendering figures and humans, and that's been what I've done. However, this painting that I've done that it was more of an intuitive painting of, I'm gonna take this color palette and just kind of see what happens and, you know, see how people react. And the reception that it got has just totally flipped my whole perspective on my own artwork on its head. And so now I've spent the last couple days really just thinking about what kind of artist do I want to be. And I think in doing that, it's forcing me to be way more intentional with my work in regards to an audience, because I have always kind of just painted for myself and for my clients, and never really thought about the scope of, or the reach of my art to random people on the internet. So it's really just kind of made me rethink that and how I want to maybe incorporate a more abstract style into my current style, or maybe just have a separate style altogether that's more abstract, and, you know, keep them separate. I'm not sure, but I do think you can expect a shift in the type of artwork that I'm going to be doing going forward, where maybe I incorporate a little bit more intuitive painting, a little more painterly, a little more fluid, a little more abstract, a little more emotional, on a different wavelength than these more literal paintings that I've been doing. So aside from these really like cerebral thoughts that blowing up on TikTok has forced me to get into, it also made me realize that I'd really like to offer that as a service. I would love to be hired to paint accent walls in people's homes or businesses. I think that would just be an amazing way to spend my time. I enjoy doing commissions. I enjoy doing my original work, but I always do those at home. And having something that gets me out of the house and into a different surroundings, meeting different people, it could be really fun. So I think I'm also going to add accent walls on my website as part of my list of services that you can commission me for. So if that's something you're interested in, yeah, let me know. Head on over to my website, and we'll get that figured out. If you guys haven't already checked out my TikTok, I do post there so much more often than I'm able to post on YouTube. I post there 2-3 times a day, and I offer time-lapse stuff like this, but I also offer a lot of educational tips and tricks of the trade. So if you're an aspiring artist or just want to have an interest in it and want to learn a little bit more about the specificities of running your own art business, I would highly recommend checking me out on TikTok, because I'm just so much more active there. I just want to point out that I just painted the crunchy ear that my client's cat had and that my cat had growing up. It was almost the exact same crunchy ear, which was just a huge, huge coincidence. And I fully believe that it's because I've been doing so much manifesting meditation that the universe is just sending me the right clients. It's helping me do the right things on my TikTok to blow up. So maybe YouTube is next. Maybe my YouTube is going to blow up next because of all the manifesting meditations I've been doing. And if you guys want a video about, how to manifest, let me know, because I can absolutely help you with that, because that's what I've been doing the past few months to get my art business off the ground. Guys, thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble. I'm still kind of shaking from blowing up on TikTok, so my head's not fully on straight yet. But again, if you ever want to check me out on TikTok, that would be amazing. I've also got a Patreon if you'd like to support me and get more educational stuff, more in-depth stuff with my work, and discounts on my shop. That's where you can do that, patreon.com/whitneypaigeart. And you can check out my shop links and all my other social media stuff in the description. Thank you so much, guys. Love you. Bye.